Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the Now Morning Show right here on TTT. We're also on Talk City 91.1 FM and streaming live on Facebook at TTT Live Online. Now, Sunday, December 1st is World AIDS Day, and I'm here with a member of the Rapport organization. His name is Sheldon Mason. He's a peer educator, and Rapport is also under the auspices of the Northwest Regional Health Authority. It's great to have you here this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And as a peer educator, you know, HIV is still a big deal.
Yes.
You know, since the 80s. You know, it's been around for quite a while.
Quite a long time.
And as a peer educator, what are some of the issues that we are still facing today as pertains to AIDS and HIV?
Well, the Bible says, "My people perish for a lack of knowledge." However, there's vast amount of knowledge on HIV throughout the social media, general public, Google, smartphone, literature. Anywhere you could go in, any ministry, every ministry has a HIV/AIDS coordinating unit, and recently the NACC was brought back on board. However, Rapport has been established since 1995 to combat youth issues, especially in sexual and reproductive health. And as you know, in the world today, it's growing to where we have transgender, sexual fluidity, bisexuality, trisexuality, asexuality, and a whole list of new acronyms and descriptions of how persons feel about themselves sexually. However, HIV still remain one of those steadfast diseases that you can still contract sexually. It was discovered in 1983, but before that, in 1981, they saw the rise of Kaposi sarcoma skin cancer among the homosexual society, and they called it GRID, which was gay-related immune deficiency. But in 1982, the same GRID was affecting women, so they changed the name from GRID to AIDS, which is the acquired immune deficiency syndrome. And then in 1983, the Pasteur Institute in France isolated a retrovirus, which they call HTLV2, but the Americans give us a shorter abbreviation, which is HIV, stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. Since 1983 to 2019, we have over 33 million persons worldwide infected with HIV. Wow. Every 1 minute across the day, 11 new persons would be infected worldwide. 1 minute, 11 new persons. In Trinidad and Tobago, we have a steady case of 4 new cases per day, rounds off to anywhere between 14 to 1,600 new cases every year.
Right.
So in 1988, the UN would have organized with the World Health Organization to establish December 1st as World AIDS Day. So now World AIDS Day every year on December 1st, now 31 years in existence. So this year would be the 31st year, would be World AIDS Day. And this little ribbon that I'm wearing here, the red ribbon, is synonymous to the fight against HIV. And it doesn't mean that you have it, it just simply means that you're supporting and you're aware of what is happening in the world.
You know, so more than, you know, awareness, you know, what is being done to aid in, you know, trying to at least decrease those numbers? Because those are stark figures you gave, 1,600 a year in Trinidad and Tobago alone.
So just rough figures, it may vary from year to year. Well, with Rapports, a part of the Northwest Regional Health Authority, our main focus is education, prevention. So we go to all the health centers, schools, churches, communities, and we discuss HIV issues and we deal with prevention. Our number one thing in schools is abstinence, and with the general public is be faithful, condomize, do get tested, educate yourself. But a lot of persons do that, and now we enter the Christmas and then the pre-carnival uproar, and persons tend to put themselves at risk largely. So we try to promote condom use as much as possible, and also we like to drive persons to get tested, because knowing your status is the best thing for you, because Trinidadians have the mentality, what I don't know can't hurt me, but what you don't know can hurt yourself and others. So we like to encourage persons to get tested. Hence, World AIDS Day is coming up on December 1st, this Sunday, so we have a big initiative opposite TGI Friday in Queen's Park, Savannah, where we are having a health fair where we'll have a number of booths doing HIV testing. We'll have a booth where you have persons who are actually living with HIV, so you can actually go and speak to someone and hear how their struggles and how they come up out of that depression when they found out that they were positive, because you can live positively. And that's what we want. You can live positively. And we have a 5K where we go around the Savannah and through little parts of, I can't remember the name of that area in the back there, St. Clair. Right? And we come back around and we have 700 registered participants, and they will all receive a commemorative medal for this year. I should have walked with the medal this morning.
No, well, you see, if they want to see the medal, they have to come out to the 5K
they have to come out and earn it. So It's a lot because in Rapport we realized, especially between last year and this year, because last year on October 10th was World Mental Health Day and the emphasis was youth and mental health.
Right.
And we realized that young people suffer from a lot of self-esteem issues. And when we suffer from self-esteem issues, we give into peer pressure very easily. And when that happens, it puts persons at risk or more susceptible to engage in pre-sexual activity or early sexual involvement because that's the way they would feel involved, especially within their generational gap.
Now, you mentioned you go and educate in schools. Just how young are we talking, and how early should we be speaking to the youth? At what age
when
about HIV and protecting yourself sexually and such?
Now, how young? When they ask. Kindergarten. Children tend to ask all about 3, 4, what is sex? How did I come? But there's age-appropriate information for that bracket. So you don't go too graphic with them.
Right.
However, by the time they are 8 and 9 and 10, then they would have already been exposed to pornography in a big way because...
Really?
Yes.
From that young?
From that young, because we have social media. Things would slide into group chats. Things would slide into persons' direct messages on Instagram. They would be on Facebook and there's this graphic image and it has no way you could not make sex graphic.
Yeah, you can't isolate them from it.
So you have to educate them and let them know that there are consequences to their actions. Tell them the benefits of why abstinence is important, why you should wait until you're married, or why should you wait until you're adult to engage in sex, because other than HIV, there's gonorrhea, syphilis, crabs, herpes, genital warts, and a list of other sexually transmitted infections. And also we like to talk to the young girls because they kind of could steer the young men to want to abstain, because it's the young girls that get pregnant. They end up in antenatal clinics. They end up with all the large numbers of teenage pregnancies that we have occurring in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's a lot to do, especially when we're dealing with young people.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
And just to reiterate, it's December 1st, which is this Sunday.
This Sunday.
At the Queen's Park Savannah.
Starting at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. So it's a hot sun walk.
Well, no, the race actually starts at 4.
Okay.
Right, but we have other activities. Ministry of Sports would be there, Trinbago would be there, other NGOs come in to get involved, and everything is free. So you don't have to worry about nothing. You have to pay a bill, everything is free.
Well, Sheldon Mason, peer educator of Rapport, which is under the NWRHA, thank you for joining us this morning, giving us this wonderful information. Of course, come out on December 1st. Oh, I hear a bell ringing.
Sheldon, first of all, I want to congratulate Rapport on the work that you guys have been doing for years, right?
Yes.
Years in the vineyards. And I also want to invite you to be part of another good initiative, excellent initiative. When the bell goes off, we invite our guests to pick a name from the tree, but they're decorated nicely by Seafront Lions. And on it, the pink are for girls, the blue for boys, for children under the age of 12 on the Western Peninsula. And you can choose one and drop off a gift here before next week, Friday.
Okay.
And we will make sure that those children get it through the Seafront Lions.
So I am a father of 2 boys, so I will pick a boy.
Yes.
I pick Jalen, 6 years old.
Oh, wonderful. So you keep that, and when you get the gift, you just put it on it so they will know that that is for Jalen. Because on the 11th of December, they're going to get Santa to carry the gifts to the children in the schools from Cocoreet Primary all the way up to Point Kumana.
Oh, awesome.
All right?
Yes.
Okay, so one